Hello friends, I'll get to now the third and fourth adjustments for sloping lies on my cheat sheet towel, and that is left foot high and left foot low. Left foot high, obviously the terrain is rising toward the green, and the opposite is true with left foot low. And so the problem with left foot high is that if you tilt with the slope, you're going to fall that way and top the ball or miss hit it in some fashion. But if you lean into the slope, you're going to bury the club into the ground and miss hit the ball. So we actually need to come up with a way of combining the adjustments so that neither of those two things happen. And so the recommendation is that you add at least one and very possibly two clubs, because the uphill slope toward the green is actually augmenting the loft of the club. And the next feature, which is that we're going to slightly open the club face, which also adds a little loft. So it might be as many as two clubs more that is required on this shot. Then you do stand perpendicular to the slope briefly, but then you move the uppermost foot down toward the ball, which narrows the stance because you're not going to move the other foot, and then stand on the left foot. And as a consequence of those adjustments, you should be able to swing parallel to the actual slope and not bury the club, but at the same time not fall down the hill. So you'll aim and swing normally on that one, I should mention. So the remaining one is left foot low. Now this is one of the possibly the harder of the four. And the reason is this: on a slope where the ground is descending toward the green, the ground is actually coming up to meet the club, and if they collide before you get to the ball, nothing good comes from that. So we actually have to move the ball back in the stance so that you catch the ball before you get to the ground. Now the problem with that is it opens up the club face a little bit, and in fact to get a little more loft, because this slope is actually de-lofting the club, and we have to go with the same club that we would have done on flat ground. We actually have to open it a little as well. So you've got two components that are actually trying to shoot the ball off to the right. Well, how we solve that is a little bit subtle, but I hope you'll appreciate it. When you move the ball back in your stance, and you then put the club behind the ball, regardless of what ball position you may see or the line across your toes indicates, your shoulder line has been moved into what is called a closed position, a little ambiguous, but it means pointing to the right of the target. And that means that the same problems occur. You've still put the bottom of the swing in danger of colliding with the ground before the ball. So what we do is, having moved the ball back and opened the club face slightly, is we aim the shoulders and, very importantly, swing subtly to the left. And the net result will be a low rolling ball, so account for that in your choice of landing zone. And as a consequence, it'll go straight toward the target. So that's the adjustment for ball left foot low. Very nice.